Jump straight into this. So, I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can wire one of these, and this is just one with no strobe. um, it's the exact same for one that does have a strobe, which I will pull out over. Well, this one doesn't have a jumper. Why did I have to put it away? Oops. Okay. So it's pretty much the same as this. It would have this on the back of it, and then these 2 wires would connect to that, the speaker itself. So, depending on how old yours is, it'll have this module, whether it's a speaker or a speaker strobe, or if it's a bit older, it'll have this with the tap chart. So you would just put your 2 wires here and put it straight to these terminals. One would go on this, which is your common, and then your positive wire would go onto one of these. Typically I see it set at a 1/4 watt for these voice systems, but for the purpose of this I'm going to set it to 2 watts. So I'm going to show 3 ways to wire this. The first way is going to just be straight to the speaker. What do you want? It's all you think about what you lost. This doesn't have to be the big. Could you keep it down, please? This doesn't have to be anything at all. I know you really want to tell me goodbye. I know you really want to be rude, girl. Maybe you could never look me in the eye. Yeah, but with the weight of the world. You can adjust the treble and the bass, and this is not polarity sensitive. So yeah, there you go. Now let's test it with one of my records. So just go ahead and put that. You can hear some ambient noise coming from it. Just means it has power going to it. So yeah, that's that. Now let's connect it straight to this. This is not the way that you're supposed to wire this, but it does work for its purpose. For its purposes, it will work. That's at maximum volume. And right now it's set at 1 watt, or 1/2 watt. 1 watt? 2 watts?
Military City, USA.
One watt? 1/2 watt? 1/4 watt? 1/8 of watt. very good song. I love that song. Now let's replay the beginning of that record and see how it sounds now. As you can hear, even though it's set to 2 watts, it's very quiet. So, yeah, that's why you don't wire it this way, straight from your preamplifier to your speaker. And that is where this comes in. You just put both of them into this transformer, and you can see you got your common and your 8 ohms. Which I'm still not quite sure, you know, how it works. I know that they're like at 4 points in the transformer windings. That's where these wires are connected to. So let's bring this over here. And we're gonna put this on the 2 watt. Alright, speaker has power. Let's... Now that song I cannot play. So, yeah, but as you can see, it is a lot louder because it's supposed to have 70 volts going into this transformer and stepping it down instead of, like, whatever that is, like 4 volts. So if you step that down, that's quite a significant change, and somehow it still works pretty normally. But now, let's rewind the record and listen to it now. So and I'm just going to fasten these down so the wires don't come out. So oh, what did I do with the jumper? Oh, it's over here. So we'll set it at 2 watts, and instead of moving the jumper, we'll just use the volume control on the preamp to turn it down. So here we go. And then we'll get into this section and see how it sounds on all 3. So this is wired the correct way. Now we're going to do it the incorrect way without the second transformer. And I'm not going to try it with the transformer going into the speaker without a step-down transformer because it would most likely blow the speaker. So that's at full volume. And the reason it's so quiet is because you've got an already low voltage going into this transformer that steps it down even further. And yet somehow it still puts out a sound level. Now let's try it at an 1/8 watt. Let's try turning the volume down. Honestly, coming from when I turn the volume down, you can hear it better from the actual record itself. So now, let's go into the brass entrance one more time. So, yeah, and the reason I decided to make a video on this is because a lot of people are pretty puzzled when it comes to wiring a stereo. So, whoops. So when it comes to wiring a stereo, really all you have is your A and B channel, and sometimes a C channel, which would be surround sound. But on the back of my big receiver here, I'll actually let you see that there are 5 channels. And I actually turn the flash on and let you see center and surround. So you could have a speaker. So you could have, obviously I've got this and this, that's your left and right. I could have one in the center, and then I could put 2 over there, and then that would be my surround. Or in the corners, the back corners of my room, next to my desk, and then that would be what goes on the surround channel. So yeah, you can hook these speakers directly up to one of those. It's the same as this, the speaker impedance, 2 to 8 volts, or ohms, 2 watts at 8 ohms. So you could have like, so if you want to have an output of 2 watts, then you can have 2 speakers at 1 watt, or you could have 4 at a quarter, or 4 at half a watt, 8 at a quarter watt, and yeah. The reason I showed how to do it with this is some speakers, you cannot bypass the transformer because the back can is riveted onto it. Kind of like how this driver is riveted to this plate. As you can see on both sides, you can see these cases. They do not come off. So if your electronics are in here and you're unable to bypass them, then you'd be able to, if you had several of them, you could cannibalize one and take the transformer out of it. And okay, good. Capacitor is discharged. So yeah, that would have been really painful if it wasn't. Actually, I think that's just a resistor. But yeah, these actually did come off of, or this actually did come off of one of these speakers. So, yeah, the screw holes, as you can see. And it was just like that. Bit of an older one because it doesn't say Cooper Wheelock, it's just Wheelock. And, oh, what happened here? I don't know if that'll hinder its ability, but if so, I can cannibalize another speaker. That won't be a problem. And they do make different types and different brands. They're pretty much all the same. System sensor, you will absolutely have to get a transformer. You'll absolutely have to get a transformer because that's not very easy to bypass. Like, you would have to take the whole thing apart and you will never figure out how to put it back together. So it's best to just get one of these transformers and just do it that way. And it's actually better if you get one of these transformers, because if you set it to 2 watts, or if you find one that can do 5 watts, you'll actually be able to power you'll be able to power more speakers at a higher wattage. Like if you have a 5-watt transformer, then you can power your left, right, center, and surround speakers at 1 watt each. So yeah, if you're ever rewiring a stereo system, this was definitely the right video for you to watch, and to make sure that you know what you're doing. And if there's anything that I didn't think of, leave a comment. And this preamp, by the way, this is the model of it. There's the info on it. There's the front of it. So yeah, that pretty much wraps this up. Thank you for watching. Hope you found this informative or entertaining. And yeah, just don't blow up your speakers by using a transformer without a transformer being on your speaker. And have fun watching movies in your home theater, or having your own paging system, or having your own music system. Anyways, I will talk to y'all real soon. See you then.